Hey guys, so this is going to be my first vlog on this new channel called the Super Soldier. So I design protocols and I implement them to optimize my physiology in various ways. It's like a constant practice. So a lot of this channel is going to be about that. So the first one I'm doing is, or the first one that I'm talking about online is, so I've been doing yoga on in a fasted state, once or twice a day for the last 4 or 5 days in a row. And what that does is increases cellular metabolism. So like you have more mitochondrial production, you have more mitochondrial biogenesis, and therefore you have more cellular capacity to produce energy when it's needed, and you also end up storing more energy. So the baseline energy you have to expend that's immediately available is higher, and then your ability to produce energy on demand once that's exhausted is higher. So every single cell in your body becomes more robust because it has more mitochondria, it has more highly functioning mitochondria, and has bigger mitochondria. All three of those things happen when you practice yoga on a fasted state regularly, right? And there's other things you can do to enhance that happening. So I've been doing that for 4 or 5 days, and I'm doing that in service of wanting to do Muay Thai, but wanting to, like, I was training Muay Thai for like a month, and like I noticed hitting my like a plateau, and so I was wanting to push myself through the plateau, but I'm also doing like intelligent things to optimize my performance because I don't have my first fight soon. And so the first thing I did, now I just did a week of yoga in that way. So every cell in my body is more energetically capable, and Muay Thai is an intense, full body, intense workout. It's like high intensity for every part of your body. It's a high intensity workout. So the second thing I want to do, and I'm considering not doing it this time, for various reasons. If you're into this type of thing and you want to provide perspective, I love talking about this type of stuff with people, like in dialogue. And so I'm thinking about, I want to do at least 1 or 2 days where I do both. I do sprints in the morning, like 4 to 5, like full out 45 to 60 second or 30 to 60 second sprints, like running sprints, right? We're doing 40 to 60 minute, 90-minute running sprints. 30 to 60 second, 4 to 5, right? And then later in the day, I want to go work out, like have leg day, like high weight to low rep leg day, like at the gym. And what that does is it's working out your fast twitch, high intensity muscle fibers in two different ways, and it's giving it two different types of stimulus in order to stimulate hypertrophy, growth, and multiplication of those type of muscle fibers. And I want to experiment with doing that once or twice with my legs, right? Before, like maybe skipping a day or skipping 2 days before going into my Muay Thai workout. The problem with that is that if I go directly into Muay Thai at this point, I'm coming right out of like a yogic like a yogic practice, and so my cellular metabolism is optimized to produce energy, which is what I was wanting to go into Muay Thai. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to just go straight into Muay Thai for 1 week, right? And after that week, I'm going to then cycle bodybuilding in again, and like do weightlifting with at least 2 leg days of the way I just described, where like I do full out sprints in the morning and then like full out leg day on the same day at night. 2 of those, but then also working out like upper body, chest, shoulders, traps, biceps, triceps, all that. I really want to focus on my chest and my shoulders, also incorporating high rep there as well as high intensity. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So that's the protocol, and I'm keeping a journal of how how these like stacks of synergistic workouts and synergistic types of nutrition are working out. And like I'm going to start measuring like biometrics as I go along and starting to communicate that through the journal. So this is a journal about my biometrics, my performance, and then also my subjective experience as to how these things are stacking up synergistically or not, and how I'm calibrating and fixing them over time. Yeah, so I'm gonna do like a week of Muay Thai, cycle in weightlifting, then one full body cycle of weightlifting, right? Maybe two, but more likely one, and then a second cycle of weightlifting that's high rep, not focused on like high intensity or high weight, high rep, and that's the transition into yoga again, and doing like maybe a week this time of like twice a day yoga instead of one a day yoga, and once or twice a day, like 4 or 5 days of twice a day yoga. And maybe some like running or hiking or some type of endurance exercise other than yoga incorporated on the days that I'm doing yoga, with a high fat diet, and a low sugar diet and a medium protein diet. Because if you eat too much protein when you're low carb, that has adverse effects all over the body, especially the kidneys, and that's something I have to watch out for. And so medium protein, low carbs, high fats. So like a week of that while I'm doing yoga, and maybe like low sugar means like eating fruits but not eating like processed sugars, and then eating like a lot of vegetables and nutritions with the fat, right? And then from that yoga place, then transitioning into Muay Thai again, and this time going like 2 or 3 weeks of solid training, without transitioning into something else. So that's what's going on. That's my first vlog for the Super Soldier. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, hit the notify button below, and yeah, share with people who like this type of stuff, and let me know what you think. Give me comments. Let me know how this would be more engaging. Could I get like the biometrics and like read them, or can I like film talking to a doctor about my biometrics? Like what would make this more engaging for you? So let me know. Talk soon. Bye.